crafters, I'm back again with another video, and after I finished my last flower card, I still had this little sample flower sitting on my desk, and the poor little thing looked so lonely that I decided I needed to use it in a card. So I just really quickly decided to put this together. So I'm using an A2 card base, and again it's just the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 side folding card. And I found a piece of Doodlebug pattern paper from the Hello Sunshine collection. So I really liked the happy colors in this. So I put down a panel that's just a tiny bit smaller. So I get about 1/8 of an inch reveal around the edges. That's going to be my card base. And then in the center I wanted to put the flower on a panel. So I took a piece of Nina Solar White cardstock and I cut it down to about basically 3 3/4 by about 5, give or take. So there's that piece there. And then what I want to do is I want to put it on a piece of black, but I just want the faintest little line around the edge. So I'm actually not even going to measure my black. I'm just going to take the panel, add some tape to it, and then I'm just going to put it where I visually think it should go. You don't always have to measure everything and cut it super carefully. You can do a lot of stuff just by hand. So now I'm going to take my favorite scissors and I'm just going to cut along the edge by hand and just kind of try to focus on just getting a very thin black edge. I love using black for layering like this, but sometimes I don't want, you know, a 1/4 inch of a frame or anything like that. So, okay. So see, so quick and easy. I've got my little edging. And then the leaves are from the same set. So let me actually get that for you. Just in case you haven't seen the other video, here's the stamp set, and it's by My Favorite Things. It's called Tropical Flowers. So I have the stamps, and this is where the flower came from, and this is the flower center, and then these little leaves are from these 2 stamps. And I used my Simon Says stamp Fern Green ink to stamp those. That was a good color. And then of course I used the coordinating dies to cut things out. So let's see, that's just going to sit right there. And then just so that I would have a sentiment for this card, I went ahead and used the My Favorite Things Brushstroke Birthday Greetings dies. And these cut out Happy Birthday to You, they cut out Happy Birthday in the brushstroke script, and also Make a Wish. So I'm going to use the Happy Birthday, and I cut it out in black cardstock, and I actually layered 2 of them together so that it would be a little stiffer. And I've been known to do that. I like to layer up my word dies, and I've gone so far as to layer, you know, 3 or 4 times too. So depending on what you're doing, you might want a nice thick piece, and then it's kind of like a chipboard element. So roughly that's where that is going to sit, and then the flower of course is going to sit here, and I'm going to pop it up. So I think the first thing I'll do, and I already went ahead and glued down my leaves so that I would know, whoops, excuse me, I would know where they should be. So now I'm just going to attach my panel. Oh dear. I'm wondering. Originally, I was actually going to do some sponging. How can I do that now? All right, change of plans. I sometimes get, you know, so far ahead of myself in my head that all of a sudden I'm skipping like major parts of this pattern. So anyway, I've got, even though there's tape on it now, I do have it here on my little craft mat, so that tape will go ahead and just pull right off of this when I'm ready. So that's good. And then what I was going to do here is I wanted to sponge a nice kind of sky effect background. So I had set aside my Salty Ocean Distress ink and my Broken China, and what I'm going to have to do now, because I didn't think about it, is make some masks. So to do that, let me get this back into frame a little better. I'm a little scattered today, which isn't unusual, but maybe even more scattered than usual. All right. So this actually won't be too awful because instead of hand cutting, I just have the dies here. So I'm going to get those dies back out and I'm going to cut them out, and I'm just going to go ahead and use my contact paper, which actually works beautifully as a mask, especially when you don't have to stamp on it. So again, I apologize for doing things so backwards, but hey, mistakes are made, right? They happen, and you just try to do your best. All right, so what should I start with? Well, maybe I'll start with the lighter color. And again, I just want this to be kind of like a sky or something. Call that good before I accidentally go overboard. Knowing when to stop is a tough thing about crafting. Alright, so here comes the mask getting peeled off. And luckily the leaves have been relatively unmarked. That worked out pretty well. I won't bother saving these since they were so easy to make. Okay. Now, here we go. So now I will lift this off of the craft mat, and again that tape is just going to come right off, which is perfect. And now I can finally put this down on the card front. So that definitely helped, because I looked at all that white and I'm like, why is this so stark? And that was why. So, and remember that Distress ink actually stays just a little bit damp for a while. So you can, you know, set this aside to dry thoroughly. You can use your heat tool very carefully, but you just want to be aware. All right, so see, now that looks really pretty with that lettering against it. And I'm wondering, I guess I wanted the happy off to this side a bit. Okay, so for that, I'm going to hold this with my tweezers, and I'm going to get my Zig two-way glue pen, my nice liquid glue, and I'm just going to quickly dot the back with some glue. Then, just like before, I'm going to use some foam squares to pop up that center flower. And there we go. Oh, well, I think that turned out pretty cute. It's very lively and colorful and happy. And I'm so glad that I went ahead and sponged this, because that definitely kind of brings everything together and helps the intense flower and the intense black kind of meld into the rest of the colors a little easier with this transitional color here. So I'm glad I took the time and did that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this card. This whole idea came because I had this little flower and some leaves sitting on my desk. So sometimes you get inspiration from just random things like that, and when you do, you should just run with it, and you might end up with something that you really like. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please click like, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be great, and then you can see all of the videos that I have coming up in 2017. So in the meantime, you guys take care and have fun crafting. Bye-bye.